Sitting in the morning at the diner on the corner. I am waiting at the counter for the man to pour the coffee, and he fills it only halfway. And before I even argue, he is looking out the window at somebody coming in. It's always nice to see you, says the man behind the counter to the woman who has come in. She is shaking her umbrella, and I look the other way as they are kissing their hellos, and I'm pretending not to see them, and instead I pour the milk. There's a story of an actor who had died while he was drinking. It was no one I had heard of, and I'm turning to the horoscope and looking for the funnies when I'm feeling someone watching me, and so I raise my head. There's a woman on the outside looking inside. Does she see me? No, she does not really see me, 'cause she sees her own reflection. And I'm trying not to notice that she's hitching up her skirt, and while she's straightening her stockings, her hair has gotten wet. Continue through the morning as I'm listening to the bells of the cathedral. I am thinking of your voice.
Turner!
Ow. Ow.
Turner!
Angryman always cooking.
You took me easy and then let me go. I never was, you see, that cheating kind. You feel alright, you never look for me. So long as time, I've gotta get on back, set it free. Set it free.
Back to life, back to reality, back to life, back to reality, back to life, back to reality, back to the here and now, yeah. Show me how, decide what you want from me. Tell me maybe I could be there for you. However do you want me? However do you need me? However do you want
Turner!
Set adrift on memory bliss of you. Baby, you send me baby, you send me set adrift on memory bliss of you.
The camera pans a cocktail glass. Behind the blinds of plastic plants, you find a lady with a fat diamond ring. And then you know I can't remember a damn thing. I think it's one of those deja vu things, or a dream that's trying to tell me something. But will I ever stop thinking about it? I don't know, I doubt it. Subterranean by design. I wonder what I would find if I met you. I let my eyes caress you until I meet the thought of which is Princess who. Often wonder what makes her work. I guess I leave those questions to the experts, assuming that there are some out there that probably alone, solitaire. I can remember when I caught up with a pastime intimate friend. She said, but you're probably gonna say I look lovely, but you probably don't think nothing of me. She was right though, I can't lie. She's just one of those corners in my mind, so I'll just put her right back with the rest. That's the way it goes, I guess.
Baby, you send me baby, you send me set adrift on memory bliss of you. Baby, you send me set adrift on memory bliss of you.
Careless whisper for a careless man, a neutron dance for a neutron fan. Marionette strings are dangerous things. I thought of all the trouble they bring. An eye for an eye, spy for spy, rubber band to span, and a frustrated sigh. They tell me that she's not dreaming. She got an ace in the hole, doesn't have meaning. Reality used to be a friend of mine, cause complete control I don't take too kind. Christina Applegate, you gotta put me on. Guess whose piece of the cake to jack on? She broke a wishbone and wished for a sign. I told her whispers in my heart were fine. What did she think she could do? I feel for her, I really do. So I stared at the ring finger on her hand. I wanted her to be a big PM Dawn fan, but I've got to put her right back with the rest. That's the way it goes, I guess.
Baby, you send me baby, you send me set adrift on memory bliss of you. Baby, you send me set adrift on memory bliss of you. Baby, you send me set adrift on memory bliss of you. Baby, you send me set adrift on memory bliss of you. Baby, you send me, 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 set adrift on memory bliss of you. Baby, you send me, baby, you send me, baby, you send me, baby, you send me, set adrift on memory bliss of you. Baby, you send me, baby, you send me, baby, you send me, baby, you send me, set adrift on memory bliss of you.
Tennessee,
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 Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Lord, I've really been real stressed, down and out, losing grass. Although I am black and brown, problems got me pessimistic. Brothers and sisters keep messing up. Why does it have to be so damn tough? I don't know where I can go to let these ghosts out of my skull. My grandma passed, my brother's gone. I
so alone.
I know you're supposed to be my steering wheel, not just my spare tire. So Lord, I ask you to be my guiding force and truth. For some strange reason it had to be. He guided me to
Tennessee.
Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Make me forget all that hurts me.
Let me understand your plan.
Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Make me forget all that hurts me. Let me understand your plan. Lord, it's obvious we got a relationship, talking to each other every night and day. Although you're superior over me, we talk to each other in a friendship way. Then out of nowhere, you tell me to break out of the country and into more countries, past Osborne, into
Turner,
where the ghost of
child that hunts me.
Walk the roads my
Forefathers walked,
climb the trees my
forefathers hung from.
Ask those trees for all their wisdom. They tell me my ears are so young. Go back to whence you came. My family tree, my family name. For some strange reason it had to be. He guided me to Tennessee. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Make me forget
All that hurts me, let me understand your plan.
Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Make me forget all that hurts me.
Let me understand your plan.
Ishi, she went down to Holly Springs. Razadon and Baba, they went down to Peachtree. Headliner, I challenge you to a game of horseshoes. A game of horseshoes.
Now I see the importance of history. Why my people be in the mess that they be. Many journeys to freedom made in vain by brothers on the corner playing ghetto games. I ask you, Lord, why you enlighten me without the enlightenment of all my folks. He said, cause I set myself on a quest for truth, and he was there to quench my thirst.
But I am still thirsty.
Lord, allow me to drink some more. He said what I am searching for are the answers to all which are in front of me. The ultimate truth started to get blurry. For some strange reason it had to be. It was all a dream about Tennessee. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Make me forget all that hurts me. Let me understand your plan. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Make me forget all that hurts me. Let me understand your plan.
Won't you let me? Won't you help me? Won't you help me understand your
Oh!
Take me home, take me home, home. Take me to another place. Take me
Headliner, I won the game of horseshoes. Now you owe me a watermelon. Let's go climb trees and see who will rise. Do like they do below the border. Speech is hair? No, they look like the roots of the tree that the ancestors were hung. But that's okay, get it? Because it's down to earth. Tennessee?
Tennessee,
Yeah.
Tennessee. Yo, what's good? What's going on, everybody? These Negroes nowadays don't know nothing about pro-black. They don't know nothing of that. Was pro-black right there. That was some pro-black shit right there. That was some real pro-black shit right there. They don't know nothing about that. These motherfuckers don't know nothing about that grown and sexy music. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Valdez over here on the Masculine Order channel. We're going to do it a little different over here. So y'all going to have to bear with me. I'm building the plane as I fly. We got the same background. We got the same atmosphere, the same ambiance, all of that good shit. But we're going to do the show a little bit different over here. The way we're going to do it over here is it's going to be more of a free-flowing type of conversation. And then later on in the show, what I'll do is I'll actually take calls. But this is what we're going to do when it comes to taking calls. The only type of calls I want to call in are people who want advice about manhood. Maybe some relationship stuff too. I want to try my hand at giving advice over the air on relationships, masculinity, and all of those things. Now, for the ladies, if you want to call in, you can call in to ask relationship advice if you want to get a male's perspective on something that you're dealing with a dude that you're in a relationship with, or a guy that you're trying to holler at, or something like that. So we're going to do that. But over here is no different than, over on the Angryman show. We're still going to do the Angryman show. I don't know if I'm going to do this show more often. This show may be a once a week show. I'm not sure. I'm going to see how it goes, see how everything flows, you know what I'm saying? See what type of shit we got going on over here. But basically, this is what I want. This is what I want for this show. What I want for this show is I want this show to be some grown folk shit. Ain't gonna be no kiddie shit over here. Not on this show. We not doing no kiddie shit. We not doing no ratchet shit. We not doing no bickering. We not doing no arguing. We not doing nothing. This shit over here, this gonna be the grown and sexy over here. You understand what I'm saying? This gonna be the grown and gorgeous over here. We not doing none of that goofy shit. You feel what I'm saying? And like I said, anybody is welcome to call in. But just remember, if you calling in. We're gonna do more of an advice type thing. You feel what I'm saying? So that, because I feel like if, a lot of people will hit me up in the emails and ask me for advice and stuff like that. But I'm like, when people hit me up through email and ask for advice, and then I give them advice through email, it doesn't really benefit anybody else unless I read the email out loud and then turn around. You feel what I'm saying? And after I read the email, actually read my response. But I feel like if I take phone calls and people call in and, ask advice about a situation, somebody else may be listening and hear their situation and be going through a similar situation, and whatever advice I give that person, they may be able to benefit from it or whatever, all of that good shit. Because let's go into it. Now, there was a reason why I played the songs that I played. I played, songs from the 90s, you know what I'm saying, to try to give us that feel, to kind of take us back to that space. Because I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but in this day and age, there's an issue with relationships, but it's not the issue that you think it is. We have a lot of people that always talk about, lack of masculinity, lack of femininity. But it's not just that. Like, we now live in an age where nobody really has love ballads anymore. I don't know if you noticed that or not. When you listen to the radio, you don't hear no love songs. You don't hear no love songs. You don't hear any, you barely even hear people singing. Like nowadays, people don't sing. Like if you listen, you'll hear they'll get like a young girl, and the young girl what they'll do is they'll have her sing, they'll have her talk over a track. And because she has like a sweet sounding voice, I guess that's supposed to translate over into singing. But it doesn't. It just sounds like a young girl talking over a track. You know what I'm saying? Like a adolescent young girl talking over a track. And I'm gonna tell you some real shit. I don't really like that shit. And the reason why I don't like that shit is because of the simple fact, it's like I want to hear grown women singing. I don't want to hear Turner. I don't want to hear little girls singing. You feel what I'm saying? I want to hear grown women singing. I don't want to hear little girls singing. I want to hear grown women who obviously have lived and experienced love and, things of that nature. Like, I'll give you a prime example. Hold on. Let me give you guys a real quick example before we go into this, because I honestly believe that the reason why there's so much difficulty with relationships now, and there's so much difficulty not only with masculinity, because of the fact that we don't really have a lot of strong masculine role models, but we don't have anything that really shows us how to interact with one another. You feel what I'm saying? We don't really have anything that shows us how to interact with each other and shit like that. But like, here's an example. Now this is what a song's supposed to sound like on the radio, right? Now, if you listen to the lyrics of that song, even the lyrics is schooling you to some shit. You feel me? But see, here's the thing. Some music is timeless. Like, there are women nowadays that are going through what she's saying in that song. But the music they listen to nowadays doesn't really put them on to that type of shit. The music they listen to nowadays pretty much tells them to, suppress whatever feelings, ignore whatever. And then we have the nerve to wonder why motherfuckers nowadays can't get along. Motherfuckers nowadays can't have and maintain a relationship. You feel me? And I don't mean a relationship like you simping and she running all over top of you. I'm talking about a traditional relationship. Now, most of y'all would say, well, wait a minute, Angryman. What does this have to do with masculinity? What does this have to do with guys, right? Well, think about it like this. You come here on YouTube and you listen to the discussions that go on in these spaces, right? Now, I don't care what guys say. I don't care if they say they're MGTOW. I don't care if they say they're red pill. I don't care if they say they're blue pill. I don't care if they say they're black pill. I don't care what they fucking say. What is the main thing that the majority of the men here on YouTube are complaining about? Somebody answer that question for me. What is the main fucking thing that the majority of the men here on YouTube are complaining about? What are they complaining about? They're complaining about women. The majority of the complaints are about women and about relationships. Either the lack of a decent relationship or the pursuit of a decent relationship. And here's the funny thing. We got all of these guys here on YouTube that are dating coaches. Now, there's a couple that are official, and then there's a few that are pretending to be dating coaches. But have you ever noticed that nobody, not a single fucking soul, tries to tackle relationships? How many of y'all have noticed that? How many of y'all have noticed that no one wants to tackle relationships? Nobody. They won't touch it. They won't touch that shit with a 10-foot fucking pole. And it's like, okay, cool. Some guys out here need a dating coach. Like, I'm not one of these people that's gonna sit back and say, oh, they don't need no dating coaches. I'm not gonna say that. Some of these guys need dating coaches. They need somebody to school them, help them out, and all of that good shit. But what happens, you know, in my personal opinion, a dude only learning how to pick up women and how to date women is like a person learning how to fly a plane, but the only thing they learn how to do is take off. That's all they learn how to do, is to get the plane off the ground. But they never learn how to land the motherfucker. Like, the relationship part is how to land the motherfucker. You feel me? Because, like, basically, when you're taking off, you take off, you climb, and then you reach cruising altitude. Cruising altitude is once you figured out how to pick up women, because it does get to a point where you know how to do it. It does get to a point where it becomes second nature. It does get to a point where it's not difficult if you really put in the work. But what happens when it's time for you to land that motherfucker? What happens when you finally come across a chick? Because I can tell you like this, from my fucking experience. Dating chicks is easy. That's easy than the motherfucker. The reason why relationships are hard is because the woman that's gonna catch your interest, if you're a dude worth your salt, if you're a solid dude, the woman that's gonna catch your interest and intrigue you is gonna be the one that fucking challenges you. That's just the way human nature is. Or at least in my experience. Any women that I got into a relationship with and it was super fucking easy to deal with them, it was just a turnoff. It was just a turnoff. And at first I thought that was me. I thought that was, you know, just some shit I had going through my fucking head. But it's not. It's human nature. Nobody wants a doormat for a relationship. I know there's a lot of guys that say they do, but they don't. And the reason why I know they don't is because they've never had it before. Once you have it and you sit back and look at it, it's like, what the fuck? You don't want that. You want somebody that has a mind of their own. You want somebody that has some level of intelligence. You want somebody that has some level of independence, because you don't want to, you want a relationship. You don't want a child. You don't want a child. But most of these guys, they really don't understand that or comprehend that. Now, I've been on YouTube for a while. And out of all the discussions I've had on YouTube, I've heard guys say things to the effect of they're going to get on a plane and they're going to fly to some country outside of the United States, and they're going to go to some village and find some chick that has never seen modern civilization, so that she's never been touched by feminism. And then they're going to put her on a plane, they're going to come back to America, and then they're going to have the perfect woman, which in their mind is a woman who, you know, never challenges them, never disagrees with them, is 100% a lady, will never cheat on them, carries herself with dignity and class, but performs like a prostitute or a porn star in the bedroom. And I'm here to tell you right now, that fucking woman doesn't exist. She doesn't exist. Even if you were to take your ass to some country that is more patriarchal, that does not have feminism, and bring her back here to America, the moment she gets around these Americanized, westernized women, all that shit is going to rub off on her. And the reason why is because women are more social than us. Women have more, when they link up together, they feed off of each other. You understand? So the moment you bring her back here, she's going to slowly transition into being a westernized woman. See, there's nothing wrong with going outside the country to find women of other cultures. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not tripping on you about that. But if you're doing it simply to escape the women in America, that's some weak shit. That's weak. And the reason why I'm saying is because, okay, if you can master dealing with women here, then you can deal with women anywhere. It's just like New York. You know how they say if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. You feel what I'm saying? If you can deal with women here, you can deal with women anywhere. Anywhere in the world. But see, it's all about conquering here first. Like, what's the point of going outside the country if you can't conquer the women at home? If you're allowing them to conquer you or allowing them to run you away. You feel what I'm saying? You're not supposed to. What would you do if you went to, let's say you went to a fucking chicken farm and you saw the fucking hens running the roosters out of the hen house. You know, just pecking them in the head, running them down the damn, running them across the damn field. What would you think about that rooster? Keep it real. What would you think about that rooster? Wouldn't you be like, what the fuck? That motherfucker just let that hen chase his ass up out of the damn hen house. You look at that rooster like he's a fucking clown. Right or wrong? Yeah, we not even gonna get into the whole sex doll thing. That is ridiculous. We not even gonna get into the whole sex. Yeah, Eddie Murphy said that back in the 80s. That's where they got that goofy shit from. You feel what I'm saying? That's where they got that goofy shit from. But I'm telling you, the main reason why, well, the first reason why guys are having the issues that they're having is because, number one, most guys don't know how to operate the way a guy is supposed to operate. Now, if you think that's not true, just look at the pushback you see here on YouTube. You look at the pushback you see here on YouTube. You look at all of the things that Kevin Samuels is doing. Most of the guys talk shit about him. You feel me? Because these guys genuinely want a woman to just fall through the roof onto their lap and accept them for everything that they are. And see, the crazy thing about that is you got guys up here that will complain about the fact that women walk around saying, accept me for who I am. Instead of those women stepping their game up or whatever. But see, how can you expect the women to step their game up? How can you expect the women to keep themselves at a certain level, but you don't want to operate at that certain level? Now, I'm not trying to go in on the guys right now, but what bothers me about what I see here on YouTube is it's guys that they flat out refuse to operate like men. Now, I'm not gonna say like real men, because that's a gynocentric talking point, but there is a lacking in masculinity. I mean, look at what just went on. Like, if you look at what just went on, we had several individuals who basically threw the entire red pill ideology out the window just for the chance to be around women. Just for the possibility. Just the possibility. Do you have any earthly idea? I remember being in high school, and I remember learning my lesson about that when it came to women. But there was a lot of guys that didn't learn their lesson. You know the type of guy I'm talking about. He could be a cool dude. He could be a solid guy or whatever. The moment he get into a relationship or he get him a girlfriend, all of a sudden he a different dude. He doing all kinds of goofy shit. And you looking at him like, what's wrong with you? You know that type of guy. You go to him and you tell him, hey man, I think that chick got your nose wide open, or I think that chick got you wrapped around her little finger, and then he get mad at you and he ready to fight you just because you trying to tell him that the chick does not have his best interest in mind. You know that type of dude. See, a lot of these guys that are older now that are here on YouTube, they're that type of dude, but they didn't learn their lesson early because they didn't have enough interactions with women to learn their lesson. So they haven't been fucked over yet. This is why they're still blue pill. This is why they haven't become red pill yet, because they're still running around this motherfucker like a chicken with their head cut off, trying to get validation from women. Trying to get validation from women. And then you have the other type of guys, the guys that can get women, but they get with women and they just accept the worst treatment known to man. They just let a woman dog them the fuck out, do all kinds of crazy shit to them, and they'll send me an email and they'll say, hey man, I don't know what to do in this situation. And the first thing I'm thinking in my mind is, I know what you need to do in this situation. You need to bounce. You need to leave her. You need to leave her. It's not doing you any good to remain in that situation, because if you give her an inch, she's going to take a mile. If you're already in a situation where you're allowing her to disrespect you on a regular basis, and then you're not doing anything about it, she's just going to keep pushing those boundaries further and further and further and further. And before you know it, you end up in a situation where you're trying your best to figure out how the fuck did I get here? Can you be more than one pill? Not really. Not really, because each individual pill is based on an ideology, and those particular ideologies often conflict with one another. So it's kind of difficult. You have people that's in between pills. You can have a person that's purple pill, which is in between blue and red, because they kind of straddling the fence. But you can't be more than one pill at one time. That's not possible. That's not really possible. You feel me? Let me see what y'all saying in the chat room. The worst part is when they get into a fight and he tells you you're right and then goes right back to the chick. Oh yeah. That's the worst. She goes back to the chick, and then both of them are looking at you with the side eye, because you was the one that told him to dump her. Like, some dudes, they can't get away from certain women. Some dudes, like, once a woman get her hooks in them dudes, they can't get away from it. I don't care how hard they try. They just cannot get away from that woman. They can't. And you know, the shit is sad because you can even see that shit here on YouTube. There's a lot of guys on here that have e-girlfriends and in e-relationships. They're literally in relationships with women they've never touched, never seen face to face, never done any of that shit. Literally in relationships with them. Like, for real. And the shit is sad. This shit is fucking sad. It's fucking sad. It's fucking pitiful. And by the way, man, shout out to everybody that has contributed so far. I'm not really tripping about the contributions tonight. I'm not really tripping about the contributions tonight, and the reason why is because this is pretty much a test run, so I don't really expect there to be a whole lot. I don't expect there to be a whole lot of people in here because this is I think this is one of the, no, this is the first time I went live on this channel, but I haven't really went live. I think I've only went live once or twice on this channel, so I don't expect there to be a whole lot of people in here. You feel what I'm saying? But for those of you who have contributed, I really appreciate it. I see the usual supporters, the faithful few. You feel me? I see my man Ebo Sosa. Let me get him a Turner out this motherfucker. Let's see. Turner!
The masculine order.
No doubt. We got my man Hendrix. Let's get him in here. Turner!
Supporting BMM.
No doubt. Appreciate you. My bad, y'all. I'm going through in my head some other things that I need to do over here on this channel, because there's a few other things I want to change, because I want to separate the two shows. You feel what I'm saying? Let's see. China White said, "Did you get my PayPal last night?" Yeah, I believe so. Let me go back and check. I think I did. My puppy is snoring. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Hopefully y'all can't. Let's see. Yeah, I believe I did. China, I believe I did get it. I'd have to go through all of these. Let's see, yesterday. Yeah, I got it. I got it yesterday. I appreciate you. Yo, Angryman. Jerome D, my bad, fam. My bad, fam. Appreciate you. Conflicted said, that's why I stay out of business I don't belong in, so when things go left, nobody's mad at me. It's sad things are that way these days, but it's hard to break the spell of a manipulative woman. Yeah, you got that shit right. Kendra D did an awesome job early today breaking down red pill and the concept of red pill and why the majority of us men go so hard when it comes to red pill. She did a really awesome job earlier today. You feel what I'm saying? I really applaud her for that. But I really want what I really want is I want dudes to start being honest. Because, like, okay, the shit that's going on nowadays is a clusterfuck. It's a clusterfuck. I've been sitting back trying my best to figure out a way to do a presentation where I can basically dissect the what has happened today. Like, here's a prime example. When all of us guys came here on YouTube and really started going hard in the paint, the word simp started getting thrown around. And guys started using simp to blanket describe damn near everything a man does for a woman. So what ended up getting included in that is not just the shit that you shouldn't be doing, but the shit that you should be doing. So a lot of these guys, they think because that word has been tossed around so much, a lot of these guys think that everything that you do for a woman means you're simping. So if you do anything for a woman, oh, you a simp. You're simping. I mean, they've taken it so fucking far that if you get along with a woman, you're simping. How many of y'all noticed that? How many of y'all have noticed that? If you get along with a woman, you're simping. But the main thing that guys will complain about is the fact that they can't get along with a woman. And it's like, and I'm going to tell you what has really taken place here lately. I'm going to tell you what's really taking place. What's taking place is whatever you want to call this entire space of men and everything that we do, whatever you want to call it, we've gotten to the place to where we operate like feminism. In other words, the ideology has gotten so ridiculous that you don't know whether you're coming or going, and you're just spinning your damn wheels. And you know, there's a lot of content creators that talk about this a lot, because a lot of guys out here, they've gotten tired of hearing the same goofy rhetoric that doesn't amount to shit. You have guys out here that are 50 plus years old and they don't have no success with women, but they're schooling other individuals, they're schooling other guys on what they should do with women. And then you have guys out here who really truly can't stand women. Like, really can't stand women. Now, here's the thing that bothers me about that whole thing. That's another part of the clusterfuck. That's another part of the fucked up dichotomy, which is we know feminists and gynocentric women will say you just hate women. That's a fucking feminist talking point. You feel what I'm saying? That's a feminist talking point that a lot of us will dismiss because we know that it's used as a deflection tool. So if you critique a woman, or you say that a woman should do this or a woman should do that, or a woman shouldn't be doing this or a woman shouldn't be doing that, what'll happen is a feminist will be like, a feminist will basically be like, oh, you just hate women. Turner! Appreciate that. A feminist will be like, you just hate women. And you'll be like, no, I don't. That's a deflection tool. But see, here's the problem. This is what you got to understand. We got to stop thinking one-dimensionally. We got to stop thinking that, okay, just because a lot of women use that as a deflection tool, it doesn't mean there's no truth in it when it's applied to certain individuals. Do you feel what I'm saying? It's kind of like, okay, let me give you the reverse of it. Let me give you the reverse of it. There are some women out here that will argue you down about a lot of shit. But they're not men haters. They're not succubuses. They're not these ratchet, devilish, evil women. But then there are some women who will argue down, and the only reason they're really arguing with you is because they hate women. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we got to stop thinking that because a woman is arguing with you, that means she automatically hates you. Or because a man is arguing with a woman, that means he automatically hates you. That doesn't necessarily always mean that. But at the same time, there are motherfuckers out here who operate the way they operate because they hate the other sex. They genuinely hate the other sex. And see, this is where the shit gets clouded up and the shit gets, fucked up and confused. You feel what I'm saying? Now, for somebody like me, I don't hate women. I just don't like when women do stupid shit. As I'm sure women don't like when men do stupid shit. You feel what I'm saying? But it's easy being in this sector to get lumped into the bunch of fucking guys because it's such a thin fucking line. It's such a slippery fucking slope. You feel what I'm saying? And whether we want to admit it or not, the slippery slope and the thin line comes from the fucking rhetoric and people passing around the rhetoric but not really knowing what the fuck they're talking about. The prime example is the use of the word simp. Okay? The use of the word simp. So guess what? The word simp is a word used to shame people. It's a shaming tactic. So guess what? You'll have a guy on a channel that will come into a channel or whatever, and he might have an interaction with a woman, and it may not even be a negative interaction, but he may decide to go in on the woman just because he doesn't want the other guys to think he's a simp. Do you see what I mean? Or you may have a guy out here that may want to do something nice for his girlfriend or his wife or whatever, and he's like, I'm not doing that shit because I ain't no simp. Like, this is how powerful rhetoric is. This is how powerful propaganda is. You feel what I'm saying? Where human beings, because of the fact that we're herd animals and we kind of don't want to be ostracized from the group, what we'll do is we look for social acceptance. So if you got a shitload of motherfuckers, it's just like, when guys used to have these panels. This is why I said panels were dangerous. Panels were dangerous because most of the time a panel will be a bunch of motherfuckers who have the same exact ideology. And if there's one motherfucker on there that doesn't think that way, they're going to bully that motherfucker into thinking the way they think. You feel me? And then if you got a bunch of people listening to the conversation that's being had, what they're going to do is they're going to try to follow suit in what was being said. You feel what I'm saying? And then on the flip side of that, you got the women who misconstrue what this guy says or what this guy says, and then they just try to lump everybody up into one bunch and say goofy shit like, oh, all the men are crazy and all the men this and all the men that, while simultaneously at the same time saying that don't lump me in with all the women because I'm not the same as the rest of the women. It's the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen in my life, man. It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of women who don't agree with what I say. They don't agree with the things that I say or whatever. And tonight, you know, because this isn't going to be a long show. I'm not going to have this show on too long because this is the pilot episode. This is the pilot episode. This is the pilot episode. I just want to see how it's going to go. You feel what I'm saying? I want to see how it's going to go and shit. But any women that don't agree with what I'm saying, they are more than welcome to call in. They're more than welcome to call in and shit. You feel what I'm saying? But let me fire up the phone lines real quick. Anybody, just in case anybody needs some fucking advice. Let's see.
Start your show now, press 1.
Your show is scheduled to start in 37 seconds. Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
All right. So we got the phone lines up. Anybody that wants to call in for some masculine advice or some relationship advice, all you have to do is call 215-383-3952. Not going to take a whole lot of calls, but I'm going to take a few calls. You feel what I'm saying? While we wait for somebody to call in, you guys hit the links in the chat room. Hit the links. Support the channel. Y'all already know how we do. I would love to get 10 more people. We already had a few people contribute. I don't know how many exactly, but I would love to get 10 people. I would love to get 10 people to contribute. Press 1 in the chat room if you plan on contributing to the show, just like the other show. Leo Anthony, appreciate you. U.S. Michael Harrell, appreciate you. Let's see. Appreciate that, Leo Anthony. Let me get that joint. I don't know why that joint isn't popping up. It's supposed to pop up on its own when you super chat. I don't know what that's about. Turner! Okay, so we got our first caller, area code 863. 863, who am I talking to?
What up? I want to stay anonymous.
Okay, cool. What's going on, fam?
Man, I got an issue, man. Me and my son's mom, we was having a little issue with as far as like she was debating if she wanted to put me on child support or whatnot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, because she tried to get assistance, and you know when you try to get assistance, the state will try to put the father on child support. So I guess the state won't be losing money or whatever. So she thought about doing it. Then next thing you know, she didn't get it or whatever like that. She decided not to get the assistance so that she wouldn't have to put me on child support. And some years passed by and everything like that. Well, actually months from the time when she went down there and tried to get assistance. But then I'm just sitting at the house one day. Next thing you know, I get served some papers to go to the child support building because since she was trying to put me on assistance, but she said she closed out the case. The state still wanted me to do a DNA test to find out the paternity of the child and everything. Now, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of feeling like kind of funny because if the DNA test comes back that it's not my child, I don't know how to really react to that because the child is 7 years old now, so we built a bond and I take care of everything like that. And I'm just kind of feeling like, should I still be there for the child because I really do care about the little boy? You know what I'm saying? My son and everything, but I'm just feeling a little funny.
Damn. So you haven't been put on child support yet. You still got to take the test and all of that stuff, right?
No, I actually I had a court date, so I go down there to the office, and I was trying to tell the lady that she didn't get the assistance. So why are they still doing this? And she was saying that the courts just requested to do this, and she tried to do it. And I was like, well, she told me that she wasn't trying to get this assistance, but she was like, well, they already did the DNA test. And I was like, why she didn't tell me that? You know what I'm saying? So they told me if I didn't do the DNA test, since it's free right now, that I would have to pay $500 fine, and it would take my license away. And I actually just got my license back like last year, and I need it for work. So I went ahead and did DNA test, and they telling me to wait about 3 weeks, and then I'll receive the DNA test in the mail. The results.
Okay. The first thing is, did you sign the birth certificate when the child was born?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
And it was kind of funny because, through the whole pregnancy and everything, I tried to be there for her, but she was saying that she was just so upset with me that she didn't want to be around me and all this stuff like that. Because when she first told me she was pregnant, I didn't, because I already have a son with somebody else, and I didn't really want to bring another child in this world or whatever. And, and next thing you know, she just sent me some pictures of her in the hospital not having a baby, but after the baby was born and everything. But, we tried to work around that, and I still get them, give them money, take them school shopping like I did this year, all kind of stuff. So it's like a real attachment to them.
All right. I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you the advice, bro. It's gonna be harsh though. It's gonna be harsh, man. You not really gonna want to hear this shit. But I'm gonna tell you like this: if it comes back that it's your son, then you're gonna have to go through the whole process, because this is the part she's not telling you. Yeah, the state will actually take out child support on you if she's getting assistance. But sometimes chicks will use that to their advantage in order to make themselves seem innocent. You feel what I'm saying? So what they'll do is they'll say, well, I didn't take you up there. That's the state doing it. You know what I'm saying? What you got to do is you got to look at, sometimes you can look at the paperwork and you can tell. Sometimes you can't. You know what I'm saying? But 9 times out of 10, if I was to guess, I would say she probably took it out herself. You feel what I'm saying? Because if she was acting iffy with you when she was pregnant with the child and shit, that usually is an indicator that she's always going to act iffy with you. And if she doesn't have some other dude on the hook, then she's going to try to get what she can get out of you. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to tell you some real shit. As much as you made a bond with the child and, you know, you feel like it's your son or whatever, if the DNA test comes back that it's not your son and the court says you're not obligated to take care of that child, if I was you, I would cut my losses, fam. It'd be tough emotionally, but I would cut my losses and be like, I'm out. Like I'm not responsible. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing. Yeah. It's one thing if you're a dude who gets into a relationship with a chick and you really like the chick and she already got a little kid, and you know what I'm saying? You made the active decision to be in that child's life. But it's a whole nother thing when a chick gets pregnant and then because she was dealing with you too, she tried to put the kid on you. Because I can tell you right now, 9 times out of 10, she knows exactly who the father is. If you're the father, she knows. If somebody else is the father, she knows. I'm telling you some real shit. It's probably why she was acting funny with you when she was pregnant with the child. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I went through something similar to that, bro. And I can tell you right now, at the end of the day, there isn't gonna be a resolution to that shit. It just isn't. It's just a messed up situation, man. If I were you, I would just wait until I get the results. If the results come back that it's not your child, I would do everything in my power to make sure. I mean, you didn't sign the birth certificate, so you should be good. But I would cut my losses, man. You said you got a child by somebody else, right?
No, yeah, I already have an older son, and it's like if the child is not mine, I'm really gonna be pissed off because there's a lot of times I could have did something from my other son or whatever, but because I was helping this son out right here, it basically took away from my older son, or time spent that I could have had with him. I was spending it with this child right here sometimes because he's younger and more impressionable and everything. But my older son, we still see each other, hang out and everything like that. But it's just financially a lot of more stuff that I could have done for him, because he wanted to get a laptop for Christmas and everything. But just because I was in a situation and I was still trying to do something for both of them instead of just for one, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. I got a homeboy that, when me and him first started really kicking it, he had a little girl. And he was going through a lot of shit with his baby mother. She, had got him locked up a couple of times over child support, all types of shit. And he ended up finding out it wasn't his daughter. And he pretty much cut his losses. And it's really messed up because I'm like, damn, you did jail time over a child that wasn't even yours. So anytime, like, I used to, back in the day when I was younger, I used to say, well, fuck it. If you're attached to the child, just go ahead and do what you gotta do. But my opinions on that have changed for several reasons. You know what I'm saying? The older I've gotten wiser to those situations. It's better to just cut your losses, man. For real, if that's the case.
Okay.
If that's the case, just cut your losses. If it is your child, what I would do, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna hit you with the child support payments, pay the child support payments, but in the meantime, what I would do if it's definitely your child, I would petition the court for joint custody.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
Okay. All right, man. I don't want to take up too much time. Maybe another caller might call through or something like that. But thanks a lot for the advice.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you calling in, bro.
All right, for sure, man.
All right, peace. That's rough right there, man. Damn, that's rough. Woo. That's rough, man. Like, I be feeling bad for brothers, man. Like, for real, man. Cause like, yo, there's so many chicks out here that play these little goofy games, man. And the state sets it up like, let's say for argument's sake that the state, and hold on, let me get my man U.S. Michael Harrell his Turner. The state will set it up to where, okay, so let's say that the chick goes down there and she goes and gets assistance, right? She gets a certain amount of assistance. What'll happen is, after she's gotten so much assistance, the state will be like, they'll put pressure on Turner. They'll put pressure on her to name a father. You feel me? They'll put pressure on her to name a father. And you know, she gonna snitch on you. She's gonna snitch on you. She's gonna tell, yeah, I know who the father is. I know where he's at and shit. Let me give Michael Harrell a bomb. What the fuck? She's gonna tell on you. She's gonna tell the motherfucking court where you at and all of that shit. They're gonna serve you papers, and then you're pretty much gonna be paying back whatever assistance. Like, if she gets food stamps, they not gonna fuck with you. You know, if she get food stamps, they're not really gonna fuck with you like that. But if she gets a TANF check, you feel me? If she gets Medicaid, they coming for your ass. Cause see, the way, I don't know how it works in other states, but I know in the state of Virginia, if a woman gets a TANF check, they'll give her that check for like a year. And that check will be like the amount of what the child support would have been. So what happens is, after a year, the TANF check it transitions from TANF to child support, right? So basically the difference is, with the TANF check, they're giving her the money up front and you're gonna have to pay it back. Now, when they make the transition from the TANF check to the child support check, what's gonna happen is you're gonna be in arrears. You're gonna be in debt. So depending upon how much the child support was, so like, let's say for argument's sake, they gave her a check for $500 every month, right? Well, what's gonna happen is when it transfers into child support, they're gonna haul your ass into court and they're gonna say, Mr. So-and-so, you need to pay X amount of child support. And then when you go look into your account, or when you call in the child support, you're already gonna be like fucking how much is it, like, you're already gonna be like $6,000 in debt. You're already gonna be $6,000 in debt, and that $6,000, you feel what I'm saying? 6, 8, You're right, 8. My bad. You're gonna be $8,000 in arrears, and that $8,000, that fucking $8,000 is gonna fucking have arrears have fucking interest on it. You feel what I'm saying? And then what happens is they stop giving her a check, and what they do is they hound you for the money, or they garnish your paycheck, or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? And see, this is the thing. Sometimes they'll go get a certain amount of assistance, and the court will, you know, pick it up themselves. But sometimes they just go down there and do that shit themselves. And then they'll tell you to your face, I didn't open the case. It wasn't me. They opened it. It's because I got assistance. They opened it. You feel me? They play them little fucking goofy games, man. They play them goofy. And I'm going to tell you the other goofy game that they play, which is really jacked up, man. It's really jacked up. The other goofy game that they play is the mama's baby, daddy's maybe game. That shit is not cool, man. That shit is not cool. That shit messes with the children, man. Like, why would you play with your children like that? Like, that shit is not cute, man. That shit is not cute. Like, you got these chicks that get pregnant, and then they'll know for a fact that that child is not this dude's child. They'll play fucking hypergamous games with the children. In other words, they get pregnant by a dirty dick Rodney. You know what I'm saying? They get pregnant by a dude who is they get pregnant by a dude who basically don't got no money and is broke, don't got no job or none of that shit. You feel me? And they're also dealing with a dude who actually makes money, especially if it's a dude in the military. That's why a lot of you guys that's in the military, you better be careful. Like y'all seen Next Friday with Day Day. When Day Day said he met the chick and the chick tried to say it was his baby, but she was already pregnant. Chicks do that goofy shit. Chicks do that goofy shit, man. Like, for real. But yo, anybody else that want to call in? I know it's late night. But anybody else that wants to call in, the calling number is 215-383-3952. 215-383-3952. If you want to call in to get some advice. Ladies are welcome to call in if you like. You feel what I'm saying? Just know that when you call in, I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit. I'm gonna give you the real deal. And any other dudes, man, if you're in a situation, I don't care how much you bonded with that child. If you find out that that child is not your child, you've been deceived the whole time. That is a breach of trust. That is like, that shit is horrible. That shit is horrible. And I wouldn't wish that shit on nobody, man. I wouldn't wish that shit on nobody. That shit is jacked up. You know, my heart goes out to the brother, because you can tell from the sound of his voice, like he, you know, when he said he bonded with the child, you could tell he's being sincere. You feel me? And he probably sitting over there waiting for that damn test. You know what I'm saying? On some damn, man. I hope to God. Yeah, I can tell you right now, the dude probably is hoping that it is his son. You feel me? He's probably hoping that it is his son, so that he, doesn't feel like he's wasted his time. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. We got another caller, 470. 470. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, Angryman. This is China.
What's going on, China? What's good with you?
Hey, I just wanted to call in and say I enjoy your channel. I like supporting you.
Appreciate it.
I just wanted to call in and say that.
Appreciate it.
All right, Angryman.
All right, holler at you later, China.
All right.
Peace. Yeah, man, like look, I don't know why people play those type of games with their children. Like, some of y'all are scarring your children for life doing that goofy shit. Because it's not just the dude that's getting attached to the child is getting attached to the dude. And it ain't no guarantee that he's gonna, once he finds out it's not his child, it ain't no guarantee that he's gonna stick around. Let's see. 201, who am I speaking with?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's going on, fam?
Oh, hey, this is Leo.
What's going on, Leo?
I want to know, like, if I was being a simp. I want to tell this story because sometimes, you know, I listen to the guys on YouTube, and they make everything sound like you being a simp if you do anything for a chick.
Okay.
So one of the girls I was dating was like a single mom, right? And my brother told me to like leave her alone because he felt like she was a little bit ratchet. But I didn't think so because we went out on a lot of dates, but like every date we went on, she would always like offer to pay or actually pay something. So I was like, okay, she cool. And she ain't never really give me no attitude. But I didn't think she was like fully done with her baby father. Because at one point while we was talking, she ghosted me for like 2 months to like get back with him. And the thing is that her baby father is like a bum. Like, and what I've noticed with a lot of girls, because I've dated quite a few girls in my area, is that a lot of them are like taking care of dudes like they're their mama. Like a lot of them have their own apartments, they got dudes living with them, and the dudes ain't paying nothing. And every time she's around me, she keeps talking about how she needs to get her shit together so she could be a better woman. Yeah, it's like I make her feel like she's inadequate. And then, you know, I mean, maybe like 2 weeks ago, like I took her shopping for her birthday, you know, because she actually treated me for my birthday. And then like a week later, she was acting different again. And then she was like, oh yeah, you're boring and you should like talk to somebody else. So I felt some type of way about that. And I felt like she went right back to her bum-ass baby daddy. So I just want to know, like, was I being a simp in that situation? Did I do too much?
No, you didn't do too much. You just was doing shit for somebody who wasn't worthy of what you was doing. Like, if you were with a decent woman that was about her shit, there would be absolutely nothing wrong with that. You know, if there's, you know, it's the rule of reciprocity. If you're in a relationship or you're dealing with somebody and they're willing to do for you what you're willing to do for them, there's nothing wrong with that. That's not simping. Simping would be, this would be simping. Simping would be if you continue to give her money knowing that she's dealing with her baby father. That would be simping. That would be simping. But if I were you, you know what I'm saying? If I were you, I would cut the chick off and not deal with her. The reason why she keeps, and let me guess, that's her first baby daddy, right?
Yep, her one and only.
Her one and only. Okay. She still hung up on that nigga. She still hung up on that nigga. And you know, and see, here's the thing. This is what you know for a fact. You know for a fact that she's hung up on that nigga because of sex. And I'm gonna tell you why. If you saying he's a bum ass nigga, then he doesn't have anything to offer her except sex. This goes back to what BGS talks about when he talks about the imprint. He's imprinted onto her. She wants, this is what it is. She's conflicted. She wants to be with him because she has the feelings for him and she's deeply in love with him, but she doesn't want to be with him because he's a bum. So what's happening is she's dealing with you and she's feeling inadequate because obviously you got a little more going on, right?
Yeah, but it's like I keep telling her, like, he's trying to make her into like this side chick baby mama that he could just always be with, you know, and still do him. And like there was a point at one time where she was like literally crying hysterically in my arms about him because he was just trying to use it.
Let me stop you. Now you're going into simp territory, fam. Now you're going into simp territory.
Okay.
Never let no woman cry on your shoulder about another nigga. Never. You feel me? If she comes to you crying about some other dude, you supposed to look her straight in the face and say, I don't want to hear about that motherfucker. If you that emotional about that motherfucker, you need to go back over there and have that conversation with him. Like, for real. Because look, bruh, let me tell you something. Now, I've been there where you're at right now. I've been there. But when I was there, I was like a teenager. Okay? And I didn't know any better. All right? I didn't know any better. Do not let no woman use you for an emotional tampon, fam. Because that's all she's doing. She's coming to you to get what she can't get from him. See, in this entire scenario, he's the bad boy. You're the nice guy. And what happens with nice guys? Nice guys finish what?
They finish last.
The best thing for you to do, fam, and I don't know what it is, because I can hear it in your voice. I can tell you feeling this chick. Am I right? You feeling her, right?
I'm more disappointed it didn't work out. I was never planning on being serious with her, but I wanted her to kind of like at least stick around.
See, this is what it is.
And I'm just mad I did all that stuff and it didn't.
This is what it is. You're suffering from rejection attraction. That's what you're suffering from right now. You're suffering from rejection attraction. Because she keeps dealing with the baby father, you're like, why the fuck would she deal with him when I'm a better dude than him? That's what you're thinking, right?
Something like that.
That's rejection attraction. Like, she's not, fam. She's not no prize, fam. She is conflicted. She don't know what the hell she want to do. And I'm going to tell you what she going to do. This is what she going to do, regardless of whether she's dating with you or not. She's going to keep messing with him on and off for the next X amount of years until either she finally gets tired of him or he mess around and knocks up another chick and then that chick becomes his main chick. One of those two things is going to happen. Either way, you don't want to be caught up in that love debacle. You don't even want to be caught up in that shit because it's too many, fam. It's too many motherfucking chicks out here. It's too many chicks out here. You feel what I'm saying? Way too many. Way too many to be dealing with that type of goofy shit. And I can tell you right now, do not fuck around and keep messing with her and end up being baby daddy number 2. Because that's where you will rank.
Nah.
You feel me?
Nah. I don't got no kids. I try to be careful with that.
Word. But yeah, man, if I was you, fam, I mean, look, you sound like a solid dude. You sound like you got some traditional ways about you.
I'm just trying to figure out why. No, because like literally, I've dated maybe like 4 girls in the past like 6 to 8 months, and all of them have this story where they're taking care of these bum ass niggas, And I'm like, damn. I'm like, should I be a bum ass nigga too?
No. No.
I'm getting through. I'm getting all these games played with me. So I'm like,
No.
damn.
No. What you gotta do is you gotta find a better class of women. You gotta find a better dating pool. That's what you gotta do. You gotta find a better dating pool. Like, what area of the country you live in?
I live in Jersey City.
Jersey City. Okay. Yeah, you got to find a better class of. You got to find a better dating pool to pick from. That because what you're dealing with. You're dealing with chicks this into homosexuals, and you're not a homosexual.
Hood chicks. It's a bunch of hood chicks.
Yeah. Find a better class of woman, man. That's all you gotta do. All you gotta do is start going places. All you gotta do is start going places where hood chicks don't go. That's all you gotta do. Just start going places, start frequenting places that hood chicks don't go, and just change your routine. Like, go to some places where there are better chicks, man. Cause only thing you gonna get with them chicks is the same thing, the same goofy suit. They're gonna keep doing the shit that they're doing because they obviously are making poor choices in life. For real.
But should I do as much for the next chick? Because I already have another one lined up. And she's not a hood chick, and she seems like she's a good girl, kind of. But she wants to, like, already be in a relationship and everything. I'm just like, slow down. We only been talking for like 3 weeks.
No, this is what you do, fam. This is what you do. You just go ahead and basically just set healthy boundaries. Set boundaries. Move at the pace you want to move at. And if she doesn't have, like, okay, you dealing with this chick, you set the tone, you set the rules. You feel what I'm saying? You keep her at arm's length, and if she really wants to be with you, she'll stick around. But if she starts pressuring you and trying to make you move faster than you want to move or whatever, you let her know, like, look, I'm not moving no faster than this. If you got a problem with that, then this ain't gonna work out. You gotta be willing to tell a chick, you gotta be willing to run a chick away, man. You gotta be willing to tell them, look, this ain't gonna work if you're gonna do that goofy shit. Cut it out. You know what I'm saying? And like, as far as doing stuff for chicks, just make sure whatever you doing is not over the top. You know what I'm saying? Going out on...
I don't do no... To me, some shit is like paying a chick's bills and giving her money, and that's not even your girl.
Yeah.
Because I let girls know from the jump, I'm not doing that unless you actually my girl. I don't care if we dating. I don't care if we messing around. I'm not doing that unless you're my girl.
Well, even if she is your girl, don't pay her bills. Even if she is your girl, don't pay her bills. You know what I'm saying? Don't pay her fucking bills, even if she is your girl. Like, if she comes to you one day and say, "Oh my God, if she's stressing one day," and you ask her, "What's wrong with you?" And then keep in mind, this is a chick you've been with for over a year. Y'all have been in a relationship over a year. If she's stressing and you say, "What's wrong?" and she's like, "Oh man, I'm behind on such and such." If you initiate the shit, if you say, "Well, I got you, just pay me back next week," you feel what I'm saying? That's a whole nother story. But don't let chicks manipulate you into being a ATM machine. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that.
I don't. Cause I feel like, what's the point of me paying your bills when I got my own place, you got your own place?
Mm-hmm.
It don't make sense for me to pay my bills on top of your bills.
Nah, that's not. Yeah, that's not fucking cool. So yeah, man, like I said, what I would do is I would set some boundaries, and just let the chick know, look, this is how I'm moving. You feel me? I don't want to rush into anything because I've done that in the past and it never ended well. So this is how I'm moving. That's what I would do. Look, women can't get mad at you when you let them know what it is up front, because that gives them the opportunity to decide whether or not they're going to continue moving forward with you, or if they want to cut their losses and do something else. They can't never be mad at you if you let them know what it is up front.
Oh, all right.
So that's what I do.
All right, that's all I just wanted to ask.
Okay, cool.
I appreciate it.
All right, man, no doubt. Appreciate you calling in, bro.
Man.
Yeah, man, brothers y'all gotta learn how to set healthy boundaries with chicks. And see, look, this is why now you heard that conversation. Now, to all the women in here that may be single mothers or may be cool with single mothers, that's why I tell brothers now, don't date single mothers. Because half the time, they don't even know what they want to do. Like, half the time, they still messing with their baby daddy. They still got that goofy connection and got that, like, they don't know how to co-parent without being in some sort of pseudo relationship. You understand? Because you got to realize it's already dysfunctional. It's already some fuckery in the shit. You know what I'm saying? Far as you know, you dating this chick and her baby daddy probably got a key to her fucking crib or some goofy shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, just stay away from them, man. Just stay away from them. Just try to find you a chick that doesn't have any children, doesn't have any ties to anybody as far as having children and connections and all of that shit, and just fucking try to date a higher class of women. You know, go look for women that look. These are some of the places you can go and you're never gonna see no hood chick. Go to Whole Foods. Go to organic supermarkets. Go to organic grocery stores. Go to motherfucking Barnes and Noble. Go to any bookstore. You understand what I'm saying? Go to art exhibits. Go to the fucking symphony. Go anywhere where you know hood chicks do not congregate. You feel me? That's what you do. You understand what I'm saying? Go anywhere where you know these motherfuckers do not congregate. You feel what I'm saying? Because I gotta hurry up and finish this book. Man. Yeah, stay away from Walmart. Stay away from Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from bars. Stay away from clubs. Stay away from all them places, man. Yeah, stay away from the mall. Yeah, like but yeah, we almost going on 2 hours. So I like this. I like this pilot episode. This pilot episode is cool. This is cool. We might have to do this. We might have to do the damn thing. Yeah, man. Yo, DJ Cuda said these brothers are out here hurting AM. Yeah, like the way y'all brothers is sounding, man. Y'all need, oh my God, man. I'm not making fun of y'all. I'm dead serious. Y'all brothers need healing, man. Real shit. I'm seeing right now that this area, this sector of YouTube is lacking when it comes to, meeting the needs of men. This shit is lacking over here, man. Like, shit, I stumbled onto something. I'm gonna have to do this show more often and put the call-in number up there so brothers can call in and get some advice, man. Shit. Like, for real, man. Like, can y'all, like, seriously, like, look, to the ladies that's in here watching right now. To the ladies that's in here watching right now. Could y'all hear it in their voice? For real. Couldn't y'all hear it in their voice? And I'm gonna tell you what that sound is. I'm gonna tell you what that sound is in their voice. That's the sound of being in a situation and not knowing what to do. Cause I've been there. I've been there and I felt that shit. I've been there and I felt that shit. You know, where you just like, shit. You don't know what the fuck to do. You're like, what the fuck should I do? You know what I'm saying? But I tell you this, bro. To all of the men listening, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna do my best to give you the best advice I can give you, fam. Real shit. Real shit. I'm gonna do my best to give you guys the best advice I can give you. Cause damn, man, that shit is breaking my heart, man. That shit is breaking my heart, man. For real. That shit is breaking my heart, man. But that's why the masculine order is here, goddamn it. We gonna get this shit right. We gonna get this shit right. We gonna get this shit right. And for the record, for all of the guys, man, the ones that are reluctant about calling in, when you call in, you don't gotta give a name. You can say, you know, I'd rather be anonymous or whatever, just like the first brother did. You feel me? Just like the first brother did. If you call in and you want to remain anonymous, you feel what I'm saying? Just say, hey man, I would rather remain anonymous. I don't have a problem with that. For real. I do not have a problem with that. Because I know sometimes certain situations can be a little embarrassing. But, you know, don't be too embarrassed to ask, because I might have some information, or I might have an experience that might be able to help you with your situation. So, you know. Turner!
As a lady, support keep moving.
Hey, appreciate it. When will common sense become common? I didn't know you were a lady. Sometimes y'all have names. I can't really tell if y'all are men or women. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you. I appreciate that. But yeah, man, we're going to wrap it up because it's getting late. And I got to get up in the morning and take this puppy to the vet for her shots. So I'm about to get up out of here. I'm gonna figure out a way to work this show in, because I still want to do the Angryman show with Angryman topics. I still want to do that show, so I'm gonna figure out a way to work this show in. Maybe I'll do a show like this. Maybe I'll do this type of show on Fridays, or maybe Sunday afternoons or something. You know, something like that. Maybe that's what I'll do. You know, and see how it plays out, see how it works. You feel me? But, and I'm gonna leave this up because there's nothing in here that's flaggable. This show, that's another thing about this show. Another thing about this show is I'm gonna make sure that this show is not I'm gonna make sure that this show is not a show that's so controversial that I gotta worry about people trying to flag it and all of that goofy stuff. No, I'm gonna leave this up. You know what I'm saying? So whenever we do have guys call in that need advice, and you know, this can remain up for other guys to come back and watch, and you know what I'm saying? All of that good shit. You feel me? All of that good shit. But like I said, I'm about to get up out of here. I certainly appreciate every last one of you guys for tuning in to this pilot episode of the Masculine Order Show, number 1. The pilot episode, you know what I'm saying? The pilot episode of the Masculine Order Show. This shit will be awesome. This will be pretty awesome, you know. But I'm gonna take us up out of here, you feel me? With you know, I'll find us an appropriate song. You feel what I'm saying? But like I said, man, shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Shout out to everybody that contributed to the show. I really appreciate you guys. I will be back tomorrow. Y'all already know what it is with me. I will be back tomorrow with a afternoon show, and tomorrow night we'll probably do an Angryman show. If we don't do an Angryman show, we'll do this show. Either way, you already know what it is. Make sure if you have not subscribed to this channel, you feel what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you click the bell so you'll be notified every single time I go live, because you already know, you know now what it's gonna be with this show. This is gonna be the show that helps brothers. You feel what I'm saying? This is gonna be the show that helps men. You feel me? Helps men that need help and women that need help dealing with men. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what we're gonna do. All right. The show, man. I'ma holler at you guys later on. All right. Deuces. Hey guys, don't forget to check us out over on Patreon. We're actually trying to reach a goal of 300 patrons by the end of the year. Your generous contribution guarantees that I will be able to crank out more and more awesome content. In addition, your membership comes with some pretty great benefits, some of which include privileged membership to the Masculine Order Discord server, discounts on all masculine clothing merchandise, and exclusive access to the Angryman standard content. Check me out on my website, theangrymanchannel.com, for your one-stop shop for all things Angryman. And don't forget to follow me on all social media. You can friend me on Facebook at Angryman Channel. You can follow me on Twitter at Angryman Channel. You can follow me on Instagram at Angryman Channel. And for those of you who would like to speak with me, drop me a line at asktheangryman@gmail.com. And for you guys who missed the latest show, no need to worry. You can catch the podcast playbacks on Anchor, Spotify, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, and iTunes. Holler at you guys later. Peace.
Hey, what's up now? Brother, what's up? This is a groovy party, man. Yeah, I can dig it. Solid. Right on. What's up, man? What's your name?
Mother, there's too many of you crying. Brother, there's far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way to bring some loving here today. Yeah. Father, we don't need to escalate. You see, war is not the answer, for only love can conquer hate. You know we've got to find a way to bring some loving here today. Oh, picket lines and picket signs. Don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me so you can see what's going on.